A live lowdown presented by Lexus here at the Emirates Stadium as we say goodbye to the 2023-24 season. I've got Tim Howard, Lee Dixon, Robbie Earle and Robbie Mustoe. Each of them has just the one question about the season. Let's start us off, Tim. Are you first?
I'm first.
Okay.
You can go anywhere you want with this.
Okay.
What's your storyline of the season?
Ooh, I've got some semi-storylines, but I think if I go entire season, I've got to go Aston Villa. I mean, when we were at that game at Villa, I think it was Villa-Tottenham, and Tottenham annihilated them, and that under Steven Gerrard, and he came and spoke to us afterwards. That club, we talked about, deserved better and deserved more, and it just didn't feel like it was going anywhere. And then in he comes, 18 months ago, Unai Emery, and we saw him in the summer series and talked to him and saw the way he worked and met a lot of his players, and just, he gives off such a lovely vibe as a human as well as a manager. And what he's done, taking them from a point above the relegation zone all the way into the Champions League, we talk about it all the time. It's a proper club with proper heritage, proper history. He's a proper manager, and I really hope they can balance both next season and really produce another strong campaign. Aston Villa, for me, storyline of the season. Dicko.
I've got two.
Okay.
Player of the season.
Yep.
And your manager of the season.
Okay, I'll go manager first, because it's easy. It's Unai Emery. It has to be Unai Emery. I mean, what? It's not... Mikel Arteta came second. You want me to go Mikel Arteta?
No, got another guess.
Pep Guardiola?
He's just won 4 on the spin.
I know, but
anyway.
Dicko, this is the lowdown. I like to go a little bit left field.
Yeah,
that
is
you've been
left.
on it before. It's not that left. Unai Emery doing what he's done at Villa has to be, for my money, the manager of the season, just because I like to look at expectations, and nobody expected that. Player of the season's hard. It's not that hard. I'm going for Phil Foden, just as the whistle blows. I've got to go for Phil Foden. I mean, he's a big game player. Comes up trumps when you need him today with 2 goals. Tons of assists. 23 years old, 1 million trophies. He's actually insane. Can he please do it for England this summer at the Euros?
Hope so.
Robbie.
You know, on the podcast, we like an underappreciated player of the week. Somebody who's not a headline grabber, but generally goes about his business. Yeah. So the question is, who is your underappreciated player of the season? Who's a player who's gone on the radar?
I did have a slight heads up on that one question, because that takes a lot of thought. And by the way, I sat down with Marina, one of our researchers, and I went through every single match squad, trying to find somebody... It's quite hard, I think, in the Premier League to be underappreciated over the course of the season, because it gets so much exposure. Is this a bit weird, right? Because I think he's really appreciated. It doesn't really work, does it? But do you? I'm going with Ollie Watkins. No? And here's why. Because I don't think he's a headline grabber, even though he should be. Tons of assists, tons of goals. 19 goals this season, more than 10 assists, and he has led Villa into Champions League. And yet, I sort of don't feel like he's a kind of a spotlight player. So I don't know whether he's necessarily underappreciated, because, by the way, couldn't think of anybody else. But I'm going with kind of under the radar. Is that slightly?
I don't mind
It's
that one.
still kind of weird, because I know he's going... Who did you think I was going to say?
Rodri, but never mind.
No, that is so mainstream. That is so Robbie Mustoe. Mustoe, you got the last question.
So let's go something a little bit different now. The next big event for you is the Olympics.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to with that?
Oh, God, I've been away from you lot. Absolutely. No, there's only one answer. Simone Biles. Simone Biles in Tokyo, we know she had the twisties, which is that mental block some gymnasts can get, and she ended up having to pull out. It was so sad. I've been lucky enough to see her live once, and it's mind-blowing. So I just hope and pray that she can get back to where she was, and she takes the Olympics by storm, and Team USA will be led by her, and she is the greatest of all time. So Simone Biles in Paris, I absolutely can't wait.
Absolutely.
Okay, don't forget, we have the NBC Sports YouTube channel. That's where everything is available for you. All of our original content, more episodes of The Lowdown, the Tactics Session, Premier League Update, and the Two Robbies podcast as well, which, by the way, the chaps are going to record live from right here at the Emirates next. That was this week's Lowdown, presented by Lexus, the last of the season. Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.